that, and I've told the chat about it before, so some of y'all already know. I used to do pit bulls and stuff, and at one point I had 3 pits in this townhouse, and it wasn't. Why did the camera look? It just got blurry. And it wasn't supposed to be. It was like we had a male and a female. We had a male in an apartment. Then we got a place with a yard. We got a female, so you got a companion. Then my cousin comes by and tells me about this beautiful red-nosed brindle that these people have, and they're only selling them for $50. Yo, why is this camera getting blurry? What the fuck is happening? Hold up. No, it's not just me. Is the camera getting blurry to you guys? What the fuck is going on? Because it doesn't look like it. Humidity? You think so? All right, let me go and close this thing. This is making no sense. Wait, this... The fuck just happened? It's a whole new camera. That's weird, yeah. I don't know what the fuck just happened there. Yeah, that's the like that because the camera was really looking like shit. Like I don't know. So you already know what I look like. You think this is a mask? Damn it! If it hadn't been for you kids, yeah, I don't even remember what the fuck I was saying now. I know it was something cool. Could be. Yo, Jeannie, good luck on the first time chat too. Yo, and same to you, Bris Febreze. Yo, I love first time chatters. I really do. You know what I'm saying? I mean, honestly, yo, I was just having a conversation about it the other day, man. Like, I literally have done streams where I get up here and I have 15 minutes worth of dialogue ready to go. Like, in my head, I'm like, oh, I'm talking about this, I'm talking about that. And then when it's all said and done, it's 15 minutes worth of conversation. But then y'all come in with the shit, you know what I'm saying? And bam, bam, bam. Next thing you know, y'all got some new chatters in here asking me questions, and all of a sudden I'm blabbling. Before you know it, we done had a 4-hour conversation. So I love it, man. Yo, Ardrello, good luck. See, there you go. I love it, man. Thank you so much. Yo, I swear to God, man. I swear to God, y'all, I don't do any drugs like that. I don't know what's going on my nose. This is crazy, man. And it's only when I sit down here. What the fuck is going on in this area? So, I don't know. But, yeah, so, what was I? I was talking about my dogs. Okay, so, my cousin told me about the red-nosed brindle, and it really made no fucking sense. Like, I literally told him, I don't want another dog, but I'll go look at him. And I don't know who the fuck does that. Like, what sense does that make? I don't want another dog, but I'm going to go look at him. Like, why? Why? Why would you do it, right? So, of course, I end up bringing him home. Because I go there, and even though I didn't have room for him, he was in, $50 is cheap, but when you don't have room, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was crazy. And he was a good-looking dog. But I get him. I go to where he's at, and he's in a trailer home, and there was like 4 adults. They had other pets. So even though I didn't have room for him, I had more room than they had. And so they got me. Vegas was awesome. You might have to go back and watch the VOD, because we did do a lot of talking about it in the beginning. I don't want to beat it down for some of the people that have been in here. But yes, Vegas was awesome. But yeah, so I end up getting the dog. I bring him home. And I named him Villain. So I had Gotti, Carmela, and Villain. And Villain was an excellent dog. He really was. Yo, Lothar, good look on the follow. Thank you so much. YT channel, Young Turks. Yeah, I do got the Young Turks channel. Yep. But Villain was a good looking dog. Excellent temperament. Like, really docile. I'm talking about, I know some people say, oh, you could go tug on his ears, he won't do nothing. Villain, you really could. Yeah, Gotti was a G. Thank you, Nick. Villain, you could really tug on his ears. But I felt bad for Villain because Gotti was bullying him. Gotti did not like Villain. And it would just be these awkward moments where like they'd be completely silent, and the next thing you know, I can just see Villain looking scared. And I'm like, the fuck is happening? Like, because there wouldn't be no growling or nothing. It was like some subconscious type shit, some telepathy. You know what I'm saying? But I just, YouTube channel? Oh, YouTube school? Nope. Nope. I never heard of that. But I would always feel bad for Villain because Gotti was always punking him. But I love Gotti to death. So, you know, I was just caught in the middle. But Villain just kept destroying things. He's a loving dog. But whenever I would go to work, I would come home and this dog was fucking the house up. Talk about separation anxiety. I'm talking about to the max. So I come home, carpets pulled back, foam padding ripped up, like door frames chewed, just random shit all the time, right? So it gets to the point where I'm like, oh, okay, this is what you want to do? My dumb ass, I didn't go by a gate because that would have made too much sense. Instead, I decided to take no, he wasn't shitting everywhere. I'll give him that. He was good when it came to that. He was just destroying things. Or we say shit everywhere, just shit everywhere, yes. But it got to the point where I would take my kitchen table, flip it on the side, and try to cover the entranceway to the kitchen. And he would still get out. And so then I started stacking shit. And he would still get out. You know what I'm saying? And it was like no matter what I did, he would find some way to get out and he would fuck some shit up. You know what I'm saying? And so one day, and people thought I was joking, yo. Like when I would come home from work, when I would get within 5 miles of my house, I would just start looking up at the sky. And I was literally looking to see if I saw any remnants of smoke, like just in case my house caught on fire and nobody could get a hold of me or something. That's how bad it was. And I'm not even bullshitting you. Like I really used to do that. But one day, I told Villain, we had a conversation, and I let him know, you can't be trusted. I was like, you can't be trusted, so I gotta lock you up. But I was gonna make him comfortable. I didn't have a crate. I put him in the bathroom, and I put some blankets down, and I gave him some food and some water and some toys and everything. And then I went to work. Yo, Arthur, that's what's up, man. Well, hey, have a good night. I appreciate you being in here with us. No doubt. I put him in the bathroom and I go to work. Yo, about 2 hours later, I come home, and as soon as I come through the door, I just hear water splashing. And I was like, what the fuck? I come in here, and this house, this very house right here, I come in, and right here, there's a basketball-sized hole in the ceiling. And there's just a waterfall coming down. And the carpet is just completely fucking disintegrated and shit. And I'm like, the fuck? So I thought a pipe burst, right? So I just remember, I run upstairs, I go into the bathroom, Villain's in the bathroom, he's on top of the sink, and it's just water shooting everywhere and shit. And Villain's like, shivering and everything. And I'm like, it's okay, Villain, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm thinking I'm rescuing him and shit, right? I get him downstairs, I go back upstairs, and that's when I find out, yes, the little water supply line, it was metallic, but he got bored with the toys. So he decided to chew on this fucking flexible water supply line and punctured it. And just, it was so pressurized, it was just shooting everywhere. So like I said, by the time, and when I realized what he did, it was like some fucking cartoon shit. Like I could feel my fucking eyes turn red. It's like, it's like, you motherfucker! But, I just remember, like, I finally get the water shut off and everything. And, like I said, the hole was about the size of a basketball. But anybody that knows sheetrock knows that, like, sheetrock sponges up. And it becomes mushy. So as the day went on, piece after piece. Boom. 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 Just kept coming down. Kept coming down till virtually the whole fucking ceiling down here was on the floor because of a dog. Because of a fucking dog, yeah. All the ceiling was on the floor, right? So, to add insult to injury, I had taken this house over from my parents. They bought it when the area was first being developed. So there was a lot of fields out here, shit like that. You get field mice. So throughout the years, when the wintertime comes, the mice, they'll hang out outside during the summer and spring. But when the wintertime comes, they need to get inside and be warm. So there were plenty of winters where you would hear mice. Somehow they would get in between the first and second floor. I don't know how they got in there, but they were in between the two floors. You hear their nails scratching and stuff as they're scurrying around. Well, when the ceiling collapse happened, it's bad enough that the ceiling was on the floor. But then there was literally, yes, you got it, rat poop, 20 years worth of mouse shit everywhere. Everywhere. Like everywhere where there was like a crack where water could escape, you would see the stain of the water, and you would just see all these little mouse turds just all in it. It was fucking disgusting. It was so disgusting, man. It was like somebody just came through with a bunch of chocolate sprinkles. Like, here, let me sprinkle this on it. And so it was just such a shocking scene. And I just remember like Cinna and her sister were still young at the time. And I had a living girlfriend. And I told her, I said, listen, it's just way too dangerous here. I said, why don't you take the girls to your family's house? And I'm just going to stay here and clean up. And so she takes them and they go. And I'll never forget, it was around 8 something at night. And all of a sudden I'm cleaning and I just hear a cracking sound. And boom! A huge section of the ceiling just fell right on top of me. And yo, all I could do was fucking laugh at that point. Like seriously, all I could do was laugh. Because it was one of those things where like it was just so fucking ridiculous that, you know what I'm saying, you just can't get any more upset. All you can do is just laugh at this point. I've already been through all the other emotions and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it was crazy, man. It really was. And of course, as a result, since my parents still owned the house at the time, I told my dad I would go ahead and get rid of them and find them a new home and all that. I did give them to a girl that I used to date. But before I gave them away, I did go get a crate for them. And it was one of the plastic crates with the metal door. About 2 weeks. 2 weeks I was coming home. And every time I come home, like Villain's like sitting there with all this fucking spit up in the cage. Because, you know, he's going crazy in there by himself. He didn't like it. And I felt bad for him. And then next thing you know, one day I come home. I come through the door. And here comes Villain. Here comes Villain to greet me. And I was just like so confused. I was like, how the fuck are you here? Was that Echo? Yo, Echo, good look on the follow, yo. But I just remember, like, he came around the corner. I'm like, how the fuck are you here? Yo, I go in my kitchen, and it literally looked like somebody let off a bomb in his damn crate. He chewed right through the side of the crate. Like the whole plastic section. I don't even know where he can start to even get a grip on it. But somehow this shit was all fanned out. Like, he chewed that motherfucker up and escaped. You know what I'm saying? And I love Villain to death, and I swear I shouldn't even be talking about him because I really do get depressed about my dogs of the past. And Villain was a dog that was a real good dog, and like I said, I felt bad that he was getting bullied by Gotti while he was here. I gave him to the girl Angel that I used to kick it with, but Angel used to fuck with knuckleheads, and one day Angel, after having Villain for months, she hits me up and lets me know that she got picked up by the feds and was going to prison. And Villain got picked up by the pound. And that's something that's weighed on me ever since, man. Like, I always wanted to go back and get them and save them, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I just couldn't go back to having they were fucking this house up. And I knew that bringing them back here, you know what I'm saying, Gotti was going to be on his ass and all that shit. So I just pray. And to this day, I pray. I know he's long since passed away, you know what I'm saying? But to this day, I always pray that Villain did find another home, another good home and shit. Because he was definitely a good dog. You know what I'm saying? Bad name. Shouldn't have gave him that name, but great dog, though. So now it could be you. I mean, you could be onto something, WR. Like, hold up.